Hey, what is up? Welcome back to another video. So what I have for you guys today is another build video, and it's going to be a Battle Priest build. Now, I really do like this build. It's a really good magic combination with good stamina, good health, and it does a lot of damage as well. So, as I started off, I got some silver and a backpack from my other account by using split screen, and I just transferred it over. This is a new character, and I'm first going to go and learn some stuff from this trainer at the beginning area. And you're going to want to follow the exact steps I do so that you can also do this build correctly.
Amber, my friend.
So now I'm going to learn all the passives. Make sure you learn the ones that I do because they all have a purpose in this build. The shield ones, not necessarily, but you know, they're you can learn them if you want, or you can not learn them. Doesn't really matter. So once I learn that,
Well, you got the
I'm gonna head out of the
There
gate
you go.
and start
All
heading
right.
to the
I
second
feel
trainer,
comfortable letting you outside the...
which is gonna be in Berg, or in the forest. But before I go there, I gotta make sure to get mana. So I'm gonna head over to the Conflux so that I can get some mana. We're heading in right now to go get some mana, and you're gonna want to see exactly how many points I put in because everything has a purpose in this build. You don't need a ton of mana, but with the passives that you get, you're gonna have a decent amount by the end, so you don't have to put that much in at the beginning. Now I'm gonna put 3 points in. That's enough to get you 60 mana. And then with the passives that I just got, I added another 15 onto my mana, so it should be around 75. Now after I'm done, I'm going to learn Fire Sigil. This doesn't really matter that much, it's just better than the other one in my opinion, that he could teach you. And I'm going to head towards the forest again. But before I went there, I'm just going to stop by the ship so that I can get the treasure. First thing you're going to want to click for the treasure is Moon. And then once you do Moon, you're going to want to do Stars and just get some extra silver before heading out. Now I'm heading into the forest. I'm going to start running towards the city, Berg, which is at the other side, so it's going to take a couple minutes to get there. Once arriving in Berg, you want to go up to the trainer that sells you the spells for books, the book spells, and you're going to want to purchase all the stuff he has to offer there. Now this is the magic side of the build. You're going to have these books, or this book that you can cast magic with and do combinations to get resistance, to get lights, and a lot of other benefits. And once we get into the trainer, I'm going to tell you guys about the passives, because you're going to want to be very specific which ones you choose, because you can only choose certain ones. Now these guys are actually wearing the armor that is going to be part of the build. Besides the helmet, they have the full armor, and we're going to try to find that in the city.
How can I help you?
So we're going to learn everything here, and then you want to learn on the top part, the left, not the right. The reason why is because the right side, you'll have a little stronger of effect, but the left side, you don't need to have the book on you in order to cast. So while you're holding your weapon, which is a two-handed weapon, you can just cast without pulling your book out. And honestly, the effects, the extra effects don't do a ton for you, so it's not a huge loss in that case.
How can I help you?
Now, I'm just checking the town to see if they have any of the armor, and usually they don't. I know Monsoon in the Hollow Marsh does usually have the armor at a certain vendor.
Want to buy something?
But if you can find it here, then it'll just save you some time. Now, because I already had the armor on another account, I just decided to split screen it over so I don't have to purchase again. Because it does cost a decent amount of silver, around 1,000, but it's definitely worth towards the end of this. So right now I'm wearing it. You want to make sure you have the exact armor pieces on. It's going to be really important. Then I'm equipping all the spells, the combo spells you can use, so that in battle I can use them to increase my character's damage and all that stuff. Now, I'm going towards Monsoon in the Hollow Marsh. It's pretty easy to get to. You just want to go to the Hollow Marsh and then follow the map all the way up to Monsoon, which is the city there. And then you want to find these pink boats where you're going to hop on in and it's going to take you to the city. The last trainer is going to be in the city. He's really good for his melee damage and his impact resistance. Also, he has a bunch of blocks that are going to come in handy when you're using this build. So, you're going to want to go to him. Just going to head over there real quick. Now, getting to him can be a little confusing. Like, I got a little lost here because there's a little bridge going over to where the trainers are at. And that's the only entrance you can go through. Now we arrive at the trainer. We're gonna go, and once again, you're gonna want to learn everything I learn, and make sure you do that because some of these things are really important. That block is gonna be really helpful. If you block someone at the right time, it will do a lot of damage back to them, and in some cases, one-shot your enemy. You got metabolism, focused, and you got another block. So that's just a bunch of nice stuff you can use. Now the thing about that yellow block, compared to the other ones, is it will give you discipline, and the discipline will increase your resistance, so they sort of work together in this build.
Is there something you need?
And then you come to this vendor, and he should have the armor for you. The full set, so you just want to buy those. Now we're going to head back to the forest because I forgot something. If you're watching the entire video, obviously you don't have to go to the Hollow Marsh and then back. You just want to get this in the forest before you head on. It's the weapon that we're going to be using because it works really, really well with this build, and you'll see why. So we're going to go to the Cabal of Wind Temple. And I know a lot of my videos have been around this area, but if you need help finding it, then just look on the map and you should be able to find it. It's pretty easy to get to. Let me just use a spell in order to lighten up our area. It's a pretty cool spell. It's helpful in some situations. Now, as you can see, I only have a short sword and a dagger, so I'm not going to be able to take these guys out, the big dudes, simply with my weapons. So instead, I lure them down to the courtyard, and then lock them in there and blow them up with the lever. Now, these guys are a lot easier to kill than the big dudes, so I decided to craft up or summon a sword and take them out. As you can see, the poison damage is doing practically nothing to my health. I should be dead by now, but with the priest armor, you have a huge resistance to a lot of things, so elemental stuff isn't going to really hurt you as much. Now I'm going to lure one of the dudes into the courtyard, and then you can just see the process. It's not that difficult. It will probably take 5 to 10 minutes if you do it correctly. And you just keep luring them in, and then shutting them in, and then luring them in, shutting them in, then just blowing them all up. And once you do that, the yellow gate that is protecting the sword will open once enough are eliminated. And you can see the yellow gate to your left. Now we're going to shut them in, and we can just run up these stairs and pull the lever. And it one-shots everything in the courtyard, so it's not going to take a couple, pulls. It'll just be a nice, swift one-shot, and anything in there will die. You can collect the stuff as well and sell it for a decent amount of silver. So they should all be dead. And then I'm going to look down, and we killed enough where that gate is now open. So we can go collect our sword. Or, it's not really a sword, it's more of a spear, but Now you're going to have an Ornate chest, and also to the right you're going to have the weapon of choice for this build. And I'll tell you the reasons why I chose this. It works extremely well with the build and does an insane amount of damage when equipped. Now sometimes you can get into a glitch where the damage doesn't stack with this build. If that happens, then just leave and come back and it should work. So right now, obviously the thing, it was glitched a little bit. You can see my attack damage is 22 and 22 when it should be a lot higher. So the White Priest helmet, what does extra damage, does 20 plus damage for both fire and ice. And saying this spear or this halberd has both fire and ice as its element, it's going to do an insane amount of damage. Now, these are the passives that I have, and you should be able to get these just by following the trainers that I went through, and a lot of them will just increase your stamina, your mana, your health, and overall it just increases all the resistance that you have, so it's really good in battle, even though it's just light armor. Now we're going to review the skills again. Once again, you just get these skills from the trainers. We're going to have Focus, which increases your physical damage and also gives you Discipline. As long as you have Discipline, you should take 15% less damage in both resistance for elemental and physical. So that's really helpful. And then before we go, I'm just going to show you guys how the block works and how powerful it can be, even though I still had the glitch where it wasn't adding on the stack damage. So there we go. Anyway, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, then please hit the like button, sub if you're not already sub, turn the notification bell on. Also guys, thanks for 2K. I really do appreciate the support. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos, and once again, if you have any ideas for future builds that I should do, right now on my list I have the Paladin, and then I also have a Mage build, so I'll get those done as well. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.